Yo, what's up, guys? It's your favorite reviewer's favorite reviewer, Mr. Cheap Sense. Just got off from work a little while ago. Um, Decided to call it a little bit of an early night. I get off at 10, but I clocked out about 9:14, something like that. But anyway, a subscriber, I guess, said that Kanye West, whatever it takes, Cuba Winner, and Invictus smell the same. And I beg to differ. I do not have Invictus, the original, because, like I said in some earlier videos, my coworker wears it. I guess it's his either his only scent or his signature scent, and he wears it every fucking day. And I don't have it because I didn't want to smell like him. At times, he kind of knocks um, me and my fragrances, or my fragrances rather, because he's not a big fan, I guess, of cheap scents. And so he thinks just because a fragrance costs $90 or $80 that it's supposed to be the best in the world, when you can find those same 80, 90, or $100 fragrances for about 20, 30, or $40, and it's the same exact product. I'm not understanding his logic. So I don't get into it when it comes to fragrances. I let him say what he say and keep it moving, and whatever he thinks is him. I know better. You guys know better, and that's why we get along as a whole here. Um, I want to put this to the test. Unfortunately, like I said, I don't have the original Invictus. I have Invictus Intense, and they don't smell that much similar to me, so I'm not even gonna pull that one out. Intense is more of a grown-up version. The original Invictus is more playful, youthful. Somebody in their late teens and early 20s is more for that type person. I'll wear it if I had it, but it is what it is. I tried to get a note breakdown for Cuba Winner, and I didn't trust Fragrance X because when I did it, and let me go ahead and read you what it says. And this is what threw me off. And I've looked at several other sites, even Fragrantica, and I could not pull it up on Fragrantica for some reason. Um, Maybe I was doing something wrong, but I looked on Fragrance Net and some other websites. They don't give a full descriptive note breakdown. It just says it's aquatic and woody. And this one is not that much better, but just something that threw me off. It says that Cuba Winter Cologne by Frag Lux, Cuba Zebra, and that's one thing that threw me off because this is not Cuba Zebra. It says Cuba Zebra is a bold and elegant fragrance for women that contains a blend of vibrant accords, and that for women part threw me off. Um, I'm not even gonna go through and read the note breakdown because for some reason there has to be a mix-up, because this is the picture for Cuba Winter, and I'm sorry my screen is cracked, and I just paid half of $80, $40 today to get my screen fixed. So as soon as the screen comes in, I'll be using my old phone, which is a whole hell of a lot better and bigger than the phone I'm using now. So my video quality should get better, but until then, we're gonna have to work with it. But as you can see, um, the note breakdown, they're talking about a woman's fragrance and Cuba Zebra and all this kind of shit. And this is not Cuba Zebra. This is Cuba Winter. This is a men's fragrance. So we're not even going to bother with a note breakdown. I could do Kanye West, but to do a comparison video, I have to have both note breakdowns. So I'm not even going to bother with that. I'm just going to do the spray test. And this so far is legit. One man show, Ruby edition. I actually sprayed this before I left. You guys saw me spray it on this piece of paper, and it is still projecting like crazy, and it smells good. So I may wear that tomorrow. Who knows? It is a little cool outside. We got a strong breeze outside. Um, so I may end up having to wear something a little stronger tomorrow because it's probably gonna be cool. It's cool, Cody. No worries. I mean, I told you before. Whenever it gets here, it gets here. I have a lot of other stuff that you guys have sent me and that I've been purchasing that occupies my time. So whenever it got here, and it got here today. So it's cool, and I do like it. I like it a lot, and I hope you're enjoying the fragrances that I sent you. Also, um, you said something about the Issey Miyagi that I sent you. But I was more curious as to what you thought. I know you said you had to wait till, I guess, summer or whatever, but actually I haven't even smelled the ones on the paper towels yet, and I'll be sure to smell one before I end this live. So thanks for reminding me. But let's get to this. So since we don't have a note breakdown, and I want to satisfy the curiosity. And this is not to try and say that someone is a liar and that they have no sense of smell. I just want to do this test for me because I've smelled Kanye West, whatever it takes. And to me, it's more of a grape and vanilla type deal. And with Cuba Winner, um, it's a little sharper scent, but we gonna see. Yeah, that deep is nice. Smells a lot like the pure to me, but that's cool because I like that too. But that's what's up. So let's get this. I would spray this on my skin, but I still have the fragrance from earlier today, that Mancera still on. So we're gonna give this a couple of sprays, 3 apiece. And these two fragrances smell damn good, man. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. They are kind of similar. I give you that. Um, Although I do still stick with Cuba Winner being more sharper. I don't know what it is that's in it, but the sweetness is sharp in this one. And in the Kanye West, the sweetness is smoother. So yeah, I give it to you. They do smell somewhat similar. Whatever it takes does smell better to me, to my nose. Um, Not that much similar, but it's close enough to, like, if you wear it around somebody and you don't tell them, they won't know the difference. If you let an untrained nose smell both of these side by side, they may not be able to tell the difference. But I notice it. And the Cuba Winner actually, even on this paper, is already dying off. So if I had to pick between the two of these, um, being that they're both are cheap, because I paid about 10 bucks for this, and I think this one was like, I don't know, $6 or $7 price wise. Um, it's not go with either one, but I think I'd pick this one, and that's saying a lot because I'm not really a Kanye West fan. But it's not about me being a fan; it's about the juice. And I was very surprised, as was Big Beard Business when he smelled this. So I'll choose this one over Cuba Winner, but whatever it takes smells more of high quality than Cuba Winner. And of course, Cuba is a clone house and it's a cheap brand, and a lot of people don't respect it as much. You don't even see a lot of reviewers talk about it. A few will, and me being one of them. But whatever it takes does have a little bit more of a different smell to it than Cuba Winter. But they are kind of similar. I guess you could put them in the same genre. So I'm not trying to weasel my way out of giving you an answer because I did answer it. They do smell somewhat similar, but you can tell the difference. Yeah, you can tell the difference. When they first open up, the sweetness is so like right in your face that it'll trick you into thinking that they smell the same. And I get that, but once they start drying, you can tell the difference. This one still holds that grape Kool-Aid pack stuff kind of vibe, and then on the dry down you get that vanilla type deal. And this one is kind of like Invictus, just straight up in your face sweetness. Um, you have a good point though. I wish I had Invictus the original to do a comparison with between Cuba Winner and Invictus, but um, I give credit where credit is due. Um, they smell, both of them smell pretty decent. Um, Openings are kind of similar. The dry down is where they veer off from each other, but good observation though. I will give you that much. Great observation. I never would have even thought about that. So that's what we are all here for, and I like you guys throwing stuff at me, especially giving me ideas to do on videos. So I wouldn't even thought to even try that. Um, I don't even know what this is supposed to say. Is this supposed to say terrible, wild? Your handwriting is just as bad as mine. If you can read this, tell me what this says. I know it says wild at the bottom. Is that terrible? Territory. Okay. I hey, I couldn't tell. I have piss poor handwriting myself, so I'm not trying to your handwriting because, like I said, um, I can't write worth a fuck my damn self. Sometimes I can't even read my own writing, and I think I try to sign my name so fast at times that it turns into scribble scrabble. Left-handed. My daughter's left-handed, and I always used to think it was so gross to see her write left-handed. It was so retarded to me, but she actually has a nice arm when it comes to throwing a football left-handed. She throws pretty hard and pretty far. So the scent is on here, but it's faint. It's like very, very faint. And right now, it smells like, you know how you get a gauze pad before you, when you put the Neosporin on a sore or something, and you put the gauze pad on it. You know how when you open up a gauze pad, it has that like hospital medicinal type smell to it. That's what I'm getting right now, like a medicinal smell. It smells like um, a napkin after it's been wet and dried. There's a hint of something on it. It smells okay. I like it. Whatever it is. I've never heard of this before. Oh, it's a Sauvage clone. Well, I wish I could have got more of a scent because what I'm smelling here don't smell like Sauvage. It smells more like something medicinal. I don't get the sharpness of Sauvage, that pepper note. I can't pick up hardly anything. So let me try another one. I don't even know why I'm wrapping this back up, but let's see. What is this? Issey Miyake Low DC Poron Fresh. I think this is the one I just gave. No, I don't think so. Let's see. Okay. Off the top, it's faint, just like everything else, or just like the last one. What I'm smelling right now, if it was stronger, I probably wouldn't like it. Because it kind of smells like one of them church scents. Like an elderly person that wears something strong to church. But I could be wrong. But like I said, these are so faint that I can't even really get a good smell. So we may do this tutorial so you can do some decanting, my friend. Because this is not working. Lanvin, Lanvin, Loam. I guess that's how you say it. I'm gonna just go ahead and try all of these while I'm in the mood to do it. And I appreciate the trouble that you went through to try and get these samples to me, because you didn't have to go through all of that. Yeah, it's so faint I can't even really smell it. Yeah, I can't even smell it. Not on that one. I can't smell nothing at all on that one. Let's try Territory Sport. something on this one. But just smelling what I'm smelling right now, I'm not a fan of it. But like I said, maybe if I had, the actual juice in front of me, like a sample or something, it would work out a little better for me. Three more. So we got Everlast Original 1910. And I've seen a few Everlast fragrances before online, and I think I've seen one or two at TJ Maxx and Ross. But like I said, I'm not a big fan of a lot of fragrances like that. I don't like um, Adidas. I'm not a fan of Michael Jordan, but I am going to try Legend and a few others. Some other fragrances like that I'm not big on. Yeah, I can't smell nothing on that one either. Um, Quorum Aqua. I've heard of Quorum, and I think I've smelled it before, and it's a powerhouse type fragrance. The one I've smelled, kind of old school. Yeah, it's not. It's pretty much. Yeah, it's it's nothing on it at all. I can't smell anything. Quorum Silver. Yeah, I can't smell nothing. The first one or two, I could smell faintly, and then after that, the rest of these are just dry tissue. Like I don't smell anything. Now this one, Quorum Silver, I could smell faintly also, and that could be something I might wear, but it's so faint and minute that I can barely pick it up. But three of these fragrances that you sent on these tissues, I think the Quorum Silver, the Territory Wild, I smelled a little bit of this. I think the Lanvin, but the rest of these I couldn't smell, and I can't even remember about. Yeah, see the Issey Miyake, I can smell that one. It's okay. What's up, Coop? I was just checking out some of the samples that my guy Cody sent me. We also did a head to head on Cuba Winner and Kanye West, whatever it takes. I had someone say that they smelled alike along with Invictus, and I don't have Invictus, but I did do a side by side testing, and to my nose in the opening they were kind of similar. That's because the sweetness was jumping out at me, and they kind of tricked you into thinking that they smell the same. But once they dried down, even now the Kanye West is standing out because I barely can smell Cuba Winner on this paper, and I gave the same amount of sprays, 3 sprays, and the sweetness in this one is still here. This one is gone, and you get that. And of course, I wouldn't have any. But you know how you have the great Kool-Aid pack like this, And when you tear it open and you pour it into the pitcher, and that powdery mist that comes up out of the pitcher, you can smell the grape in it. That's what this smells like, which is the same kind of vibe that Invictus gives off, like that sweet, powdery kind of vibe. That's what this gives off, and I was really surprised when I first bought this. Like I said, Big Beard Business was the one who actually put me on this one. I've seen it before he did his review. Um, I think in Ross is where I bought this from, or TJ Maxx, one of the two. But I know it was $10, all nonetheless. But he did a video. I think it was like $10. A 20, 30, or $40 challenge or something like that, where he had to go in and find some fragrances for cheap. And he got home and he opened them up, and he said that he thought when he first seen this that it was gonna be trash, and he was surprised by it. And he also, I think, went back and did a whole nother review. I reviewed it. This was one of the first reviews that I did back when I first started doing reviews, and I liked it then, and I still like it now. I just don't wear it a lot. I've only worn it once. It has a pretty decent atomizer, and it smells great. Right about that. I sprayed this Cuba Winner on pretty heavy my damn self, and I still only got like 2 hours out of it. I mean, period. I'm not talking about 2 hours of just projection and then longevity 4 or 5 hours. I mean, from the time I sprayed it on till the time it was gone, it was just 2 hours, and then I had to reapply. So that's pretty shitty. For Cuba to smell this good, it's a shame that it doesn't last longer. Because I think these would make some great clones, or great entities in themselves, even if they weren't clones. I still think they would make great fragrances if they would last longer. And I don't know what they do to most fragrances to make them stick to you or last long, but they need to do that to these, because I'd be a big advocate. But then again, if they did something like that, then the price is going to gouge, it's going to jump up. So I guess we're going to have to take Cuba for what it is. They do have some great ones, such as Cuba Gold, Black, and Platinum. Gold and Black lasts way longer than Platinum does, but Platinum is a very nice scent. I like the House of Cuba, but as far as like longevity and projection, some of them aren't that good. But for the most part, I like them. So what can you say? What can you do? So with that being said, guys, what else do you guys want to know? What do you want to throw out there at me? Anything I have in my collection that y'all want me to do another head to head, or do y'all have something else y'all want to talk about? Because I am fresh out. For the ones who jumped in late, I did get my one-man show from my guy Cody. One-man show Ruby Edition, and I sprayed it on this paper. If you guys tuned in earlier, I sprayed it on this piece of paper about, I don't know, about 2 something, almost 3. And I went to work, and I just got here not too long ago, and I smelled this paper, and it is still projecting strong. I'm not talking about weak. It's still strong. So it seems to be a damn good fragrance. And it's pretty cheap also. I think they run you between 12 and maybe $15, something like that. Yeah, I smell the Royal. I haven't worn it yet. I like the smell of it. I just haven't worn it because I was so disappointed in Winter that I didn't even really want to give it a try because I had a feeling that it wasn't gonna last long either. Cuba Brazil smells like Boss Bottle. Well, I have Boss Bottle and I have Boss Bottled Intense, so there's no need for me to purchase Cuba Brazil. But thanks for the comparison. That lets people know that instead of going out and spending $30 and $40 for Boss Bottle or Boss Bottled Intense, you can buy the Cuba for about, you know, $5 to maybe $10. Thought I was blind buying original gray flannel at Ross. When I opened it up, it was the blue. I'm not a fan. A gray flannel, you can have that, my boy. Uh, I bought gray flannel in Savannah one time, and I sprayed it in my truck, and me and my kids had to get out. That is a powerhouse. That is a horrible fragrance to me, and I put that in the same line with Versace L'Homme and Gucci Guilty Absolute and some other fragrances. I don't fucks with that gray flannel shit. Hell no. Cuba is what it is for the price. I reapply so it don't matter to me for work. Some last on me, some don't. I love Royal, but it don't last on me, so I keep spraying. Yeah, that's usually what I do too. I take my fragrances and spray them on from time to time if they don't last long. But you know, sometimes I get tired of doing that. Like I don't want to keep having to run to my duffel bag and go spray when I'm, you know, on the floor doing work. It kind of sucks. And plus, to put this in my pocket, like this is pretty big, man. And that's what she said. Um, I don't want to walk around with this big ass shit in my pocket. So, you know, most of my fragrances, especially the ones that you guys sent me, like I can stick this in my pocket and I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Even with some of my other full bottle fragrances, like some of them aren't this big. Some of them are a little smaller, and I can stick it in my pocket. It was real popular when you was a kid. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Me personally, I smelled gray flannel. I actually bought it from Ross, opened it up, sprayed it in my vehicle. Like I sprayed it on the box that it, you know, that it came in, and or actually I sprayed it in a on a piece of paper that was in my truck, and I didn't like it. My kids didn't like it. It was horrible. So, I mean, like I said, our noses are different. Just because you like gray flannel don't mean I have to. And also, just because I like, you know, Kanye West, whatever it takes, even though it's a bullshit fragrance, that don't mean you have to like it. So, gray flannel is not one that's on my radar to have, not even to have in my collection, period. Gray flannel with the baby blue juice. Smells good. I haven't seen that one. I just seen the original gray flannel. Do I keep any scents in my car? No, I don't keep scents in my car. That's not a good idea. It is if you don't care about them. Like if you got a cheap ass fragrance that you don't care about, you can keep it in the car and spray it, use it as air freshener or whatever. But in the heat, like the summer, the dead of summer, when it's hot as hell in your car, it's not good to keep in your car because it breaks the fragrance down and it waters it down, and it's not gonna be any good after a while. Like it gets hot as hell in them vehicles, and you just don't realize it. It'll destroy a fragrance easily. I kept Jupe or Yoop, whatever you want to call it, in my truck for a while because I was planning on giving it to somebody, but I couldn't run into them again, or I was just being lazy and didn't want to run into them, but I could have called them. And I thought about it one day and I said, well, if I'm going to keep this, I might as well take it out the vehicle because I don't want to fuck it up. And so it's not a good idea to keep fragrances in the vehicle, especially when it's hot. Unless, like I said, you don't care about it. It's something cheap or some bullshit fragrance that you really don't even, don't even care about fucking up. But me personally, I don't keep fragrances in the car. That's not a good idea. Um, Yo, what's happening? Winter last on me. Royal don't, LOL. But I'm in and out of the car, so every 2 hours I respray Royal. Heck, I won't lie, I reapply just about all except Laventure. I like to protect or to project. Yeah, I like projection too. That's one of the reasons why I like taking fragrances with me and spraying them on when I first get to work, and not like the only ones I really spray when I'm here at home are those ones that you have to let dry down before you go around people. And it takes me probably like maybe 10 minutes to get to work from where I live. So that's more than enough time for a fragrance to dry down. And then I have that walk from my vehicle in the parking lot to the building. So it does have time to air out. So I get what you're saying on that. But keeping it in the car is not a good idea. Especially if it's hot. Because you will fuck a fragrance up like that. That's a known fact. Let's see. What other Armor fragrances you have besides? Um, let's see. So, what other Armor fragrances I have? Somebody mentioned to me about Voyage Blue. And Voyage Blue is, I already knew that it was a clone of Bleu de Chanel. And I actually wanted that fragrance for a long time when I first found out it was a clone of Bleu de Chanel. And I never was able to get my hands on it because it was always out of stock. And so when Perfume World opened up here in our local mall, I had a chance to go smell it, and I wasn't impressed. I wasn't impressed at all by it. It it's not as strong and sharp as Bleu de Chanel is. It's a lighter version of it. The sharpness is faint. Um, I don't even know what the projection and the longevity is on it. I could have bought it just to have it, but I really didn't care for it. And then I finally ran into Perry Ellis by Perry Ellis, and that was another highly anticipated one I was looking for. And I'm more pleased with Perry Ellis by Perry Ellis being a clone than I am of Voyage Blue. So I didn't purchase that, and it's ridiculous because you can find Voyage Blue online for 20-25 bucks from Armoff or Fragrance X or whatever. But in Perfume World, it's like 45 or 50 bucks. 55 bucks. And that's fucking ridiculous to me. But um as far as like what other fragrances I have one called Seville, in which I'm not sure what this is supposed to be a clone of, but the bottle is nice. I don't want extra shit on the top. Like this right here, this is stupid to me. Fucking retarded. The top does snap into place. Has a decent atomizer. And let me spray a little bit of this because I haven't smelled this in a while. And I don't even think I've ever worn it. I smelled it when he sprayed it for me in the store. And I purchased it. I think I paid like, I don't know, 20. I think I paid like 30 or 40 something dollars for it. I don't know if this is a clone of anything, but it smells good. I like it. And if I didn't like it, I wouldn't have bought it. But that's Seville Pour Homme. And it is a eau de parfum, 100 ml bottle. The box presentation is nice, has the batch code and all on the back, and you know it sits inside like so. So it's pretty decent presentation. I like that. I have Voyage. They call it Voyage Brown, but this just says Voyage Eau de Parfum, and it's the brown box. It looks exactly like Voyage Blue, except Voyage Blue is blue here. It's the same bottle, except that bottle is blue, and this one is brown. It has like a brown leather wrap. Magnetic top. It's not strong, but it is magnetic. And I don't even remember what the hell this smells. And you can tell I have fragrances that I really don't even wear. I just have them. And whatever this is supposed to be a clone of, I don't know either. But it smells good, and I bought it. So maybe I need to start wearing these again. I think I've only worn this once. And the majority of these Armafs that I have are just sweet fragrances. They're not anything like groundbreaking or on their own great entities. They just smell sweet. I think Aura is an Invictus clone, if I'm not mistaken. I think I remember that one. And it actually has a similar type bottle, kind of. It has a magnetic top. It's just not strong, but you can feel the pull. This also is another cheapie. I don't know what I paid for this one. Probably $45 also. Which is dumb because I can easily buy this online for $20, $25. But being that I was standing in the store and I get psyched out, I get so excited. Sometimes I just get beside myself and he throws a price out there pretending to give me a deal and I fall, oh, okay. You know how it is. Yeah, an Invictus type clone. It smells just like Invictus. It's sweet as hell. And being that I just revisited it, I may wear this one tomorrow because that shit smells good as hell. So if you can pick this one up, pick it up. I advise you to if you don't have Invictus already. It's called Aura. This one also, I believe, is... I'm not sure if this is Eau de Parfum or not. I'm not sure. But anyway, I know the other two, I'm not even sure if Voyage is because it don't say. But anyway, the last one is a clone of the last one is a clone of this guy, which is Mont Blanc Legend. And I'm pretty sure you know what it is. And if you don't, you will know now. This one actually I ordered online, and I think it was like 20 or 25 bucks. And probably is the best purchase besides Club de Nuit and Ventana that I have. The box presentation is nice. And this is Derby Clubhouse Gold. And the bottle looks even nicer. Look at that shit. So it has a plaque here on the front. And it has like this leather strip around it with stitching. I keep biting the side of my damn tongue. Look at that gold bottle, man. I know it's not real gold, but still, you know. It's a damn good presentation. The top on this shit is heavy. It's heavy metal, plastic inside. It does snap into place. has a damn good atomizer, and it smells identical to Mont Blanc Legend, but this lasts 2 to 3 times as long as this. This one you probably get maybe an hour, hour and a half, maybe push 2 of projection, maybe. And longevity with this is probably like 4 hours on my skin, if that. This shit here is like 8 to 10 hours longevity. I get like 2.5 to 3 hours of projection out of this. This shit is beast mode, and it smells damn near identical to this one, except the pineapple note in this is way more intense, which is supposed to be this guy, which is Mont Blanc Legend Intense, and I think it's more intense. I think the pineapple in this is more intense than the intense version of this. So if I, if I had to choose between one of these three, I think I'd pick this one. Price point for one, about 20 to 25 bucks. And then I'm getting a beast mode type fragrance. Versus me paying what I paid for this, like 30 bucks, $35, maybe, for the intense version. And it does last longer than the original, but you know, this one is a lot more stronger and it lasts a whole hell of a lot longer. And with this one, a friend of mine, well, she was my girlfriend at the time, she bought this one retail, and I told her she could find this at TJ Maxx for like 30 bucks, and she probably paid like 50, 60, $70 for this little ass bottle. And then I didn't even need it because this was on the way at the time, and I didn't know it was gonna smell that similar to or than the original. So if you don't have Mont Blanc Legend, don't get it. Get this one instead. And I need to revisit this one too, because it's the shit. Let's see. A $10 bottle that you have to spray all the time ends up costing the same as a $20 bottle. Yep. Not a bad scent, but doesn't last at all. According to Joy, Shades is the best Blue Day Chanel clone. It could be, but to my nose, I think I've smelled Shades too, and it smelled like Blue Day Chanel, but it's not the same. It's like it's not strong enough to be on the same level with, like, everything is weak. Is a weak version of it. Like if they can somehow amp up everything that's in the fragrances, the clones, it will be more closer. And that's the thing that deters me from buying. Even with Perry Ellis by Perry Ellis, it smells like Blue Day Chanel, but you can tell it's off a little. Like something is not in it that's, that's supposed to be in it. But it's close enough to me. And nothing is going to be as close to the original. Like you're not going to find an exact copy of an original. You might find something that's going to be a little different. Like this one actually smells a little bit different than Mont Blanc Legend, but being that it has that same pineapple note, that's what makes it the same to me. And I like this scent better regardless. So I'm not knocking or debunking what you guys are saying. I respect Joy, and I respect, whoever else says that whatever is a close clone. Like it's one guy, I can't think of his name. I watch him from time to time. He talks funny, has a funny accent, and his whole channel is all about Armoff. All he talks about is Armoff clones, whatever. And I like watching him because I'm a big fan of Armoff, obviously, and he'll let you know also that you're not gonna get an exact copy. You're not gonna get um, nothing is better than the original, but he can pick out some things that are gonna get close enough to where you'll be satisfied. So if you can find a fragrance that can satisfy your craving for the price point, then that's cool. And that's all I be looking for. I be looking for the closest thing to whatever I can find without having to pay, 80, 90, or 100 and something dollars for it and still smell just as good. I've gotten knocked a few times from people saying that, you know, they don't see how I can wear, fragrances that cost $20 and $10, and it don't matter to me how much it costs, long as it smells good. Cause I done been next to my coworker that wears his Invictus every damn day, and it's played out now to me. And I done been around him with a $15, $20 fragrance on, and I got more compliments from whatever I was wearing that day than he did with his Invictus on. So most of the time, it's not even about how much it costs; it's about the juice inside the bottle. And people fail to realize that. Been waiting to get his hands on Craze. I want Craze too, but it's always out of stock. And I thought I found it one time in Savannah at a perfume shop, cologne and perfume shop, and it actually was, I think, Craze Noir or some shit like that, and I didn't buy it. Yeah, anytime, Bruce. That's what I'm here for. If you guys got questions and I may have the answer, if I don't have the answer, I'll definitely lead you to the person who can answer it. And some of these other guys on here are pretty informative too. They know about fragrances. They have shit that I don't even have. So you can always ask them too. They might know. Is there a Fahrenheit clone you recommend? I've smelled Fahrenheit, and that is a distinct smell. It has a petrol vibe to it. Smells kind of like gasoline a little bit. Funny thing is, I like it. I smelled it at Ulta, and it's still pricey as fuck. It's high as hell. Is there a clone for it? If it is, excuse me. If it is, I don't know nothing about it. I don't even own Fahrenheit, but I do want it. And until I find a decent priced bottle of it, that's all it's gonna be for me is a want. But I'm sorry, I don't have an answer for that one. I don't know. Henry M. You say you seen my picture? I might have. I think I comment on some of that stuff from time to time. I'm a big fan of Armoff, man. Ever since I purchased Club de Nuit Intense, and then Ventana, I think came right behind it. Um, I've been hooked on Armoff. Um, it's just not all Armoff fragrances are like outstanding. Most of them are redundant fragrances. Like some, if you don't pay attention, you'll purchase two or three fragrances from Armoff, and all of them will smell the same. So what they usually do is they'll bring out something if it's popular, and then they'll repackage it and not tell you. If you're not careful, to read the note breakdowns and realize, oh, this is the same exact fragrance than the last one because the note breakdown will be identical. They just might swap. Like if it says neroli, cedar, vanilla, and something else in the note breakdown, the next time you read it on another box or package, it might have words, but they might be in reverse. So next time it'll be neroli on the end instead of in the beginning. You have to pay attention to that little stuff like that. You can't get tricked by our mouth because a lot of their shit do smell the same. I almost thought that Seville and Voyage Brown were the same at one time, but it's not. Can you trust the Amazon fragrances? Me personally, I don't fuck with Amazon. Period. I don't order nothing from Amazon. I don't even go on Amazon and look at shit. It's a lot of fraud and fake fragrances out there. I can easily buy a fragrance from just about anywhere and it be fake. Sometimes they can slip through the cracks, but I'm pretty sure a lot of these fragrance houses, like fragrance websites like Fragrance X and all that, I hope that they check their batch codes and stuff like that on these fragrances. But when you dealing with another person, like if you want to buy something from me and you dealing with me personally, you don't know what I can do to this. Like I can take this Mont Blanc and decant it and suck all the original juice out of this. The bottle is still gonna smell like Mont Blanc Legend, and I can put water in this and send it to you, and you won't know until you spray it. So that's the chance I don't want to take when it comes to dealing with Amazon and dealing with other people. If you're buying it maybe from Amazon, like a fragrance house or a website, that you're dealing with a company and not an individual person, then maybe you'll have better luck. But me personally, as who I am, an entity on its own, I don't fuck with Amazon. Period. I mean, yes, I have Amazon Prime on my TV, on my Fire Stick. I mean, I have it on my phone, but I don't order nothing from it. So I hope that answered your question. Me personally, I don't fuck with Amazon. Like I don't, if it's not Fragrance X or Fragrance Net, in which I don't really like fucking with Fragrance Net. And that's one other site I don't like because it takes so fucking long for them to ship. But Fragrance X is good. Zara is good. Actually, I got my Zara fragrances. I order them the same day I order from Fragrance X, which is that Friday when I get paid. I usually get my Fragrance X package like that Tuesday of that following week. Zara actually came yesterday, which was Monday, which was pretty fast. So that's a plus. I ordered some Lomani for work as well as AB Spirit Millionaire. Yeah, I remember you telling me that. If they haven't came yet, whenever they get here, let us know what you think, man. I've smelled the AB Spirit Millionaire before. I've smelled a few AB Spirit fragrances at the flea market because they sell them cheap. I just never got my hands on any. Anyone have experience with Lomani? I haven't. I was going to order a Lomani fragrance before, and I just chose not to. And a vintage clone. Lomani has a few different fragrances. I'm not sure if they're a clone house or what. But, I mean, you can always do the homework and look it up. I done sprayed this damn aura, and it's all in here. I mean that thing smells identical to damn Invictus. One of these, I'm gonna have to make a decision. I'm gonna either wear Aura tomorrow. I don't really feel like that Derby Clubhouse Gold tomorrow. I might wear Aura or something else. I did say I was probably gonna wear this Kanye West, but um, how's that Zegna Uomo perform? Uh, on me, it performs great. I think I get about close to 2 hours of projection, and I say close to because it's probably more like an hour and a half, maybe. I just push it to 2 hours, and then longevity, I probably get like 6 hours, 5.5 hours out of it. So it's not bad for a cheapie. Smells great. Spring and summertime type scent. It's real good. It's real good. If you buy that one, you won't be disappointed. Trust me. I think I bought mine for like 15, $20 at the time from TJ Maxx. So if you don't have it, try it out. I actually found I think it was like a 30 milliliter bottle of it for $10 at TJ Maxx across the street from me. So if anybody's looking for Zegna Uomo and you can't find it, I can easily go across the street if it's still there. It's in the clearance section. I can purchase it for you and send it to you. I won't even charge you for it because $10 ain't a lot of money. Or you can send me a sample of something that I don't already have in exchange for it. We can do that. Just let me know in the comment section if anybody's looking for Zegna Uomo. You can't find it. I think it's like a 30 milliliter bottle, which isn't big. It's like the small size one. It is a spray bottle. I can purchase it for you. It's only $10, and we can swap out. Send me a sample of something I don't already have. And I am a man of my word. Y'all should know that about me now. Especially the guys that I've sent samples to and bottles to. I keep fucking catching cramps in my legs, man, in my front thighs. Tell I'm getting old. All I was doing was putting on my fucking shoes to go to work, and my leg cramped up. As they call them, Charlie horses. I got and I ate a few pickles and drunk a little bit of pickle juice. It's supposed to be good for cramps. Well, we were up to 10 subscribers, 10. Now we're down to 5, and I guess if nobody has any other questions or comments, we can end this live session and do this all over again tomorrow. And I'll let you guys know what I'm wearing or what I chose to pick out for myself. Yeah, I've heard that too, but I don't have any bananas for one, and I don't have anything else with potassium in it that I know of. They do sell some pills or something at Walmart that's good for cramps. It says it on the box that it's for cramps, leg cramps, but I haven't tried them. I just need to start stretching more. I done got out of shape, man. Since I quit playing ball, I'm not as active as I used to be. My knees hurt so bad. My Achilles tendons and both my feet hurt. Baked potatoes are good for cramps. Yeah, I don't have any of those either. I'm just shooting bad right now. I'm like 0 for 2 right now. Y'all keep throwing stuff out here, and I don't have none of it. Peanut butter. I don't even know if I got any peanut butter. Let me look. Got peanut butter. Oh shit, and it's brand new. So what the hell I'm supposed to do with the peanut butter? I'm supposed to like lather this shit all over myself and massage it in or something, or oh shit. I was just being a smart ass. So you saying just take a spoonful of? I used to eat peanut butter like that when I was younger too. Like just get a spoon. I still do that at work. Like they have the little packs of peanut butter that you got to peel the top off of, and I just walk around and lick the peanut butter out of it. And I be fucking with the girls. I be telling them that I give them my tongue a workout and shit like that. I even eat jelly out the pack like that. Them little packs that they give that you peel the top off of. I'll squeeze the jelly. I only do the strawberry. I don't like the grape like that. The strawberry jelly. And I'll squeeze it. Marvin Cease. That used to be my guy. Hey, y'all guys got me revisiting some old shit. I need to go back through my collection and start doing some older, redoing some of my older videos. Because a lot of these fragrances I haven't smelled. They just sat on my shelf. I haven't smelled in a long time. And just revisited them. Some of this shit is pretty damn good. I need to get back into them. So instead of buying Invictus, I can wear Aura. Unless I find Invictus for a decent price, then I'll buy it. But and I don't. I know I was joking earlier about not. I'm like 0 for 2 or whatever about not having stuff, but I'm not here a lot. And when I'm here at night, I'm usually about to go to sleep. And during the week, I work 2 jobs, so I'm only here during the middle of the day, probably for like 2 hours, 2.5 hours maybe. I get off at 2:30. I get here close to 3. I gotta be to work at 5. So I'm here probably an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. So I really don't have no need to go buy groceries because when I'm here, I'm asleep. Even when I come home in between jobs. Can't live without PB&J. I ate so many peanut butter and jelly sandwiches one time, man. I got sick of peanut butter and jelly. I just couldn't do it. Like bologna sandwiches. I ate so many bologna sandwiches one time. I got sick when I even looked at bologna. Um, Something else I ate a lot of that I can't stand now. I can't remember what it is. But I do that from time to time. I binge out on certain stuff and then I can't stand it after that. Coal miner's daughter. I think I have. God damn, Milwaukee beat my boys, man. The store they bought, the horny baloney. I own that. It's my family store. Damn, that's what's up. 108-94. The Milwaukee Bucks beat the Houston Rockets. My aunt was a director on that movie, and all my family was in the movie. Funny as crap, that part of the movie. I gotta go back and watch that because I think I only saw that once, and I vaguely remember it. Well, I guess that's about it, guys. It done died down. Not a lot of conversation going on, so um, I guess I'll catch up with you guys in the AM. Let you know what I wore. I'm not sure yet. Um, I'm gonna look through this again and see what else my boy Coot uh, Coot sent me. See if anything catches my nose that I may want to try. Or I could wear one of these two Zara fragrances. Or I could wear One Man Show. Or I think I'm going to pass on the Kanye West. So I got options. We'll see. I'll let you guys know in the AM. Damn, it dropped down from 5. Went from 5 to 6. Somebody else just jumped in. Thanks for your time and suggestions. Anytime, man. That's what I'm here for. Not just me, but like I said before, some of our other viewers are very knowledgeable when it comes to fragrances. Also, like I said, they may have what I don't have, or they may have smelled what I haven't smelled. So that's what the community is for us to, question and answer session. If you want me to do some kind of side by side comparison video, if I have the fragrances, um, if you want me to do some kind of list, top 10, whatever, top 5, and which that reminds me, I got to go through and do my top 10 most favorite cheapies or some shit like that. Somebody gave me an idea for. Um, I want to do a springtime list. Um, I may not do that one though because I don't know if I have enough spring fragrances, but we'll see. Oh man. My attention is at the TV right now. I'm a huge basketball fan, and Miami is playing Orlando, and I'm not fond of any one of them teams, but I like the highlights because somebody just got poked on. D Wade, I was a D Wade fan when he first came in the league. Obviously, he's getting older now. He's not the same person he used to be. I think people keep saying that he can play another 2 or 3 years, but I think he should just go ahead and retire, man. I mean, he has enough money and enough business ventures that he can go ahead and retire and be straight, man. You ain't got nothing else left to prove. You're a champion. Um, you done set out to do what you came in the league to do. Nobody can take that away from you. So, I mean, I think he should go ahead and give it up. Orlando beat the hell out of my Sixers last night. Sorry to hear that. um, I ain't never been a Philly fan, but they pretty good. I like the team direction they're going now. I don't. I'm not a big fan of all the stacking teams and shit. Like, whatever happened to having rivalries? Everybody wants to be on the same team, and everybody want to be buddy buddy. The league is so watered down and boring, man. And then they trying to shorten the NBA season because these guys are crying. But everybody keeps saying the new generation is younger, stronger, faster, bigger, and they a bunch of crybabies, man. I don't understand it. And then people talk so much shit about the era that I grew up in, the 70s, 80s, 90s, and the early 2000s. They talk shit about the old school guys, but you got to understand, them guys back in our time went through hell and high water to get to the top, to win championships. And they had rivals that on the court, they were ready to fight. But off the court, they would go have drinks and smoke cigars and fuck bitches and all kinds of shit. Nowadays, all everybody want to do is be friendly and ha 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 and laugh on and off the court and hang out. Like, that's no fun to me. And then you stack a team. You put 3 and 4 superstars on the team, and they win 3 and 4 championships back to back. And now everybody else want to do it. All right, y'all. I done said this like 3 or 4 times already. I'm out of here, man. Every time I say I'm out, somebody comments. So I'm out. I'll holler at you guys in the morning. Peace.